This is the BGG Climbers for the week ending 5/19/2021. This list is put together every week by Michael Alexander, and I'll include links in the description. Again, if you like this video, please like and please subscribe, and take a look at the other videos. So let's get into this. So below the top 10, I wanted to show a clip, Second Down the Galaxy. This one, it continues its rocket up the charts. It's already at 83, and I think it's going to climb even further. The Bayesian average is pretty decent, and especially the average rating is exceptionally high. This is looking like it has a shot at the top 10, potentially. If it gets, I think it needs a reprint. As you can see, the number of ratings have been slowing down. One other one that we've been watching is Hadrian's Wall. So that one continues to do well. I'm interested to see if it is going to hit the top 100. And as a heavier roll and write, I think it has a chance. And then number 11, just barely missing the top 10, is Beyond the Sun. So this game just got a shut up and sit down review, which gave it a recommendation, and a bunch of people clearly have tried it out in the last week since then. Probably mostly on Board Game Arena since it just came out there. Another 160 people there. So I think this is going to do well, and probably the shut up and sit down review will propel this into the top 100, I think. So let's go to number 10. Street Fighter the Miniatures game. So we looked at this one a number of weeks ago. The miniatures look amazing, and I almost regret not getting it just for the miniatures. The reviews have been kind of mixed on it, and I don't see this one hitting the top 100. Probably not even the top 250, just because of the scope of the game. And it is a video game IP, which lends itself to a different audience. That's number 10, Street Fighter the Miniatures game. Number 9, Zombicide 2nd Edition. So this is another one we've looked at, and this one I think is probably going to hit the top 100 just because Zombicide is so popular, and it's an improved version of it. So it's been staying pretty steadily in the 8s. I think the only thing that may hold this back is just the sheer number of ratings it's going to get. Maybe people that got first edition didn't feel the need to upgrade or anything or something like that. So that's number 9, Zombicide 2nd Edition. Number 8, Sleeping God. So this game, I think, got a no pun included review recently. And on top of that, I think is getting retail availability very soon. So I fully expect to see this continue to storm its way up the charts. It's a Ryan Lockett game that looks amazing, that has this adventure experience, and it is on my list to get and play. I just think the artwork, again, because it's Ryan Lockett, looks amazing. I like the fact that it's kind of the culmination of all his years on working on games like Above and Below and Near and Far. So that's number 8, Sleeping Gods. Number 7, Titans. So this is a lot of duplicates from previous weeks, so we're going through this pretty quickly. So Titans is a kind of dudes on the map game, Kickstarter, and it is getting pretty solid reviews, so I'm interested to see how it continues to do, although it is a fairly low number of ratings like usual. We'll have to see this one. I don't think it's going to climb too terribly high, as the reviews didn't seem to give it a solid enough rating, I would say. Or solid enough new mechanics or other things that would cause it to climb to the top 100. So this is Titans, number 7. Number 6, Meadow. So this is interesting. Is this a game? I don't think I've heard of this game before. Maybe I have. So anyway, this is doing really well. Actually, even before it hit the list this week, I'm surprised it wasn't on here before. Maybe I skipped. Maybe it was below the top 10 and I skipped it over. So Meadow is, I guess, a lighter weight game. I don't know who this is. Start your journey in nature and collect cards to become a true observer. So this has got some really cool looking artwork, and they did a nice job on these photographs. Like the photographer that did these photos found some really cool stuff to stick them on and did actually a really good job taking these photos. So that's impressive with all the nature and stuff. I think the artwork looks good on this. You want to go trekking through the leaves. And card drafting, hand management, market and set collection. Animals. Yeah, so these animals games, I feel like Wingspan may have set off like a bunch of animal themed games. I mean, their animals have always been popular, but then there was, I mean, even heavier games there like Root and can't even remember that one. I mean, there's been quite a number of animal games. Everdell. Artwork, gameplay is simple and engaging. Yeah. It's interesting. Okay. Oh, it's also, yeah, available on Tabletopia, it looks like. So some people have played it there. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on this. I'm not sure that it's going to hit the top 100. It really depends on if it retains its popularity and keeps up its solid ratings. So let's see. Let's keep an eye out for this one. That's Meadow, number 6. Number 5 is Merchant's Cove, another game that's been on here for a number of weeks. It looks like the Kickstarters continue to deliver, and it continues to get slightly above 8, which is pretty good, although not as strong as you would expect from such a big Kickstarter at the beginning. I mean, the first rings were pretty high, but down here it's kind of leveled out to 8. I have a feeling it may die off, may drop down even more. I think that consistent across the reviews were that it wasn't the game people were expecting. Maybe not as heavy, maybe it's not as asymmetric. I think those were the things that I gathered from the reviews here. I'm kind of glad I didn't back it. I am pretty selective on my Kickstarters, and I decide not to back this one. So that's Merchant's Cove, number 5. Another one on here. It's Comet, Blood and Sand. So this is Comet 2nd edition. The deliveries have started. I know my friend that is getting it has shipped out, so it's almost there. It's going to do well. I don't see this. I mean, assuming there's enough copies out there, this one will definitely hit the top 100. Comet was already in the top 100 at one point. I don't know if it is still there, but Comet Revised Edition or Comet 2nd Edition or Comet Blood and Sand is, I think, a really likely game to hit the top 100 just because it's a Euro-ish war game and it's really incentivizes attacking people, which I think makes it kind of unique. A lot of war games you want to be on the defensive until you can definitely win. On Comet, you kind of have to, because your armies are limited, you're limited in so many ways, you kind of have to be partially in the offensive, and that is one of the main ways to score victory points. That, and I mean, the upgrade system is really cool. I mean, there's just a lot of neat things with that. So that's number 4, Comet, Blood and Sand. Number 3, Mandala Stone. So I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before. Where did I see this? I guess it wasn't Kickstarter. So this one, I must have seen it as a pre-release game somewhere. Use artists to collect stones and towers, then dismantle for points. So this is a cool looking game. Looks like maybe the same photographer that took pictures of the last game took this one. Now, it's an abstract strategy. I just think, I mean, outside of Azul, abstract strategy is a really tough genre to go after. It does look like they're going for some of the Azul stuff with the way the circles are. I'm sure they're like plastic discs and stuff. The ratings haven't been too strong, though, to start out with. So I get the feeling that this one may not have too many legs beyond the initial oomph when it comes out. I guess it's still available for pre-order. One good thing is that it's not that expensive, so that does help with getting in the hands of a lot of people. The bad news is the ratings haven't been too strong to start with, but you never know. Sometimes we've seen some games that come out and they're like in the 7.5s and they bump up a little bit, especially for non-Kickstarters like this. So that might be the case here. Let's keep an eye on it and see what happens. So that's number 3, Mandala Stones. Number 2, Chronicles of Durangor Age of Darkness. So we looked at this one last week, I believe. This is a cooperative dungeon crawler again, and from Kickstarter. And I think a lot of people are getting the game right now. I've seen a number of unboxings and reviews and so forth, and it's actually doing really well for a dungeon crawler. I think dungeon crawlers. I mean, there's lots of people that are big fans of the genre. I'm an okay fan of it. I think when I was younger, I used to like it a little bit more. But at least from what I saw, this does bring some unique things to the table. But I'm not sure it's going to be... I mean, this is a exceptionally high rating. I'd be surprised if it maintains this for much longer. And it only has 171 ratings. So let's keep an eye out for this one and just see how it does. But it has had 2 strong weeks already. And that's a good opening for possible top 100 land. So that's number 2, Chronicles of Drungor, Age of Darkness. Number 1 is Destiny. So this one got a lot of ratings in 1 week. So it must have been a Kickstarter. Yeah. So this is a Kickstarter. And let's see here. Have I seen this one? Is a competitive story-driven game of adventure and exploration. So I do kind of like adventure games. I haven't played the Middle-earth one yet, but I have it, and I do want to play it at some point. This game uses an app and the scan play technology to offer players unique story-driven experience. So that's actually kind of, I think, a good use of an app. Is you scan something and then it plays like a narrative or a video or maybe some audio and kind of expands on the game with the QR code. So one thing is that if it's just like a narrative expansion to the game in terms of the app involvement, there's a lot more people that are interested in that are board gamers because it's not required to play the game. Because a lot of people that play board games worry about 30 years from now, is that app still going to be available and can I still play the game without, with it? The miniatures don't look terribly good. This is kind of neat with this card system, I guess, with some exploration stuff. I assume you flip over the cards. And these player boards look okay, I guess. I don't know. Some of the stuff looks a little bit busy on that, but... Okay. Dual layer boards. I think this looks good. I'm interested to see how this does because... Oh, it's done by Lucky Duck Games, so that explains it, why they have this QR code integration. It is a lighter weight game, so I think... I mean, we'll see. I think it's possible with a lighter weight exploration style, like narrative adventure, it may do really well, especially if it has a solid retail release from Lucky Duck Games. I wasn't a huge fan of how Chronicles of Crime worked. I know that it got a lot of very good reviews, especially from the Dice Tower, but I preferred like Unlock if I was going to do like a mystery game or a puzzle game. Whereas Chronicles of Crime, I mean, there was definitely... It was a little bit more thematic, but I just felt like the QR code system kind of slowed down the gameplay in that one. So I'm wondering how they handled it in this one. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. I mean, it's getting pretty good reviews initially, especially for the first couple hundred people that got the game and reviewed it. Let's see how it does in the coming weeks. So that is the end of the BGG Climbers for the week ending 5/19/2021. Again, if you like this video, please like and please subscribe, and please take a look at our other videos. Thank you.